Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video is going to be a little bit interesting one because it's kind of a video of me saying I was right. Okay, I was right when it comes to Wixwell, right? Most of the time when I do a video or I do something and I'm wrong about it, I don't have a problem admitting it and, you know, saying that like, yes, I was wrong, here's the right side or here's the correct part of it. Well, this time around, as you might have seen on the thumbnail, I was right about this this video that I posted recently regarding the Wixwell still being good. But before we jump into the video, let's hear a word from our sponsor today. Today's video is sponsored by King Rush Battlegrounds, a new, really fun auto-battler card game that has got me hooked. Honestly, I'm addicted to this game. There are over 100 cards from 7 different races, and each of them have some unique mechanics. It's really cool, has some really amazing heroes that you can pick out of, and it's definitely got me hooked. So if you want to start playing this game today, there's going to be a link in the description and the pinned comment of this video, or use the QR code over there to download Arcane Rush today. My favorite thing about the game is the fact that you don't have to be on 24/7 or you don't have to necessarily log in every single day. If you don't have the time to play, don't play it, but if you want to play 24 hours a day, you can still do that, because even if you join a battle but then you have to leave immediately, just close it down and then when you come back, your game is still gonna be there. Doesn't matter the time of day, it's always gonna be there. Everything's just saved up and it's a preset battle against other teams. And just to make this game even more fun, it obviously does have the arena system as well. It does have clans available. You can start playing with your friends and just have fun together. Another cool feature of the game is the fact that they have different heroes that you can pick as the battle starts, and you can make sure you choose the right one depending on the battle start, where you can see exactly what you're fighting. As an example, in this fight, we know the unit types are going to be undead, orc, or dwarf. So you can choose between the two heroes, whichever is going to be best for your team to maximize the efficiency so that you make sure that you're going to win. One quick tip I want to give is to make sure you always take advantage of the relics as you're doing your fights, because these ones can be the difference between you winning or losing that group that you're playing in. Now, when we're talking about favorite cards, one of them is going to be the Honest Fellow. He has a really cool mechanic that makes you be able to win the game if you position him at the right time. And then another one is going to be from the Undead, and this one's again extremely powerful, the Swamp Thing. He can ramp up so many stats that again, if you do get him early, you're gonna pretty much guarantee you're gonna win that fight. So what are you waiting for? Start playing Arcane Rush Battlegrounds with me today. You can use the link in the description or pinned comment of this video, or the QR code that appears on the screen right now to download and start playing the game today. So yeah, thank you Arcane Rush for sponsoring today's video. So for those of you that do not know what I'm talking about, I made on the 15th, right, 3 days ago, I made a video where I said Wixwell still OP for Demon Lord, right? So pretty much that's what I said, and I got lots of dislikes on that video, which I kind of expected, you know, some dislikes, because right now the community is in uproar. You guys are upset about the Hydra changes, the Wixwell changes and all that, and I kind of agree, but the thing that I wanted to emphasize on that video and I wanted to show is the fact that considering Wixwell as a solo legendary, to be able to enable a 1-Q Ultra Nightmare with having a few, you know, key champions that honestly can be changed in the team that I'm going to show you, it's still easy, right? It's still easy to 1-Q Ultra Nightmare just by having Wixwell. Like, I cannot think of another legendary that comes close to that without having extremely powerful other champions alongside them. I think the only other one would be somebody like a Helicat, right? Helicat can do that, but you need some powerful like ally attackers, strong gear, strong DPS and whatnot. However, Wixwell, you know, still does it. Even though, you know, he's not gonna do the insane numbers, yet the numbers will cut down, he still can get you to easily 1-Key Ultra Nightmare. You just need to hit, you know, to do the right build and bring, you know, the right champions alongside them. So the team that I'm gonna show you today actually is gonna be Wixwell and 4 epics, right? It's Wixwell and 4 epics that can do this, and it's pretty much this one over here, right? It's Wixwell, Geomancer, Sandler Survivor, Godseeker Aniri, and Rearguard Sergeant. When's the last time you saw Rearguard Sergeant being used? Well, I'm using her today just to show you that she brings something that is useful for this team, and it works just fine. You can change her you can change some other people, you know, pretty much you need to cover some core things in order for this team to work, right? So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna run the key and I'm gonna show you the damage that it does. It's still a 1Q Ultra Nightmare, right? It still can do this without a problem. The damage that I actually did on Void was 190 million, right? On Void I did 190 million, and for this team specifically, it's the worst affinity. Spirit is the worst affinity because, well, I don't have any block debuffs, so my people get slowed down. And then at the same time, Rearguard Sergeant is wrong affinity, and she doesn't land at decreased defense as often, right? So that's why this one's not gonna be the best. But still, even with, you know, the worst affinity possible, I'm still doing 121 million, right? 121 million damage. That's an easy 1 key. That's a solid 1 key, and somebody like a Godseeker don't even have War Master on her, right? So keep that in mind. But pretty much the team that I'm using, it has the following presets. Let me show you. Then I'm going to show you the builds, and I'm going to tell you some champions that you can use. So I have Wixwell first of all open with the A3, right? Because you want that increased defense and that shield buff to be placed on everybody, and then make him prioritize the A2 to keep landing the decreased attack, to keep extending the value of the shield, and to keep extending the duration of buffs. Oh yeah, and at the same time, keep in mind that he's gonna be weak hitting, right? He's gonna be weak hitting on Spirit, which means we're gonna die a lot faster because the decreased attack's not gonna land. And we still did 121 million, as you noticed. Now, Geomancer, I make him prioritize the A3. Maybe I should just have him like open and not prioritize, but pretty much whenever he has the HP burn and the weaken, he should do it. And then also let him do the A2, because when it comes to affinity, he's gonna steal that increased defense, increased attack buff from the boss, which means we're not gonna get hit as hard. Godseeker and Eerie is just in there for the buff extension. Honestly, Godseeker can be any other buff extender. I had her with the belt. She's pretty fast, okay, pretty tanky. She's like in my old, what's it called, Sand Devil build, where she can duo with somebody, and she doesn't even have War Master. But again, doesn't need to be Godseeker. It can be any other buff extender. Even I think if I put help, you know what? Let's just do it for testing. Let me see. I hope I still have gear on her. Let's just put Hellborn Sprite instead of Godseeker. Let's see if that one still works. Just prioritize this. Don't care about this one. Might just need to. Hellborn Sprite might be a little bit slow, so this might not be perfect, but again, if it's slow, I'm just gonna speed it up. That's one that even like this, like 105 million, it still works, right? It still works with the rare instead of that extender. Maybe even Valerie might work in the spot over here. But yeah, let's continue. So the other buff extender, just make them prioritize the buff extension. You wanna keeping that one up. Sandar Survivor, same thing, keep extending that buff duration, and the Rearguard Sergeant is in here for the ally protection, right? So normally the ideal thing would be to have ally protection and increased speed if you have, which is like, you know, kind of like Krisk. But you know what, just by having ally protection, you're gonna mitigate enough damage that will allow you to grow the shields to survive with this team, to be able to easily still do that 1 key damage that I showed you. I could even let maybe the A2 on, but the reason I turned it off is because it's only a 75% chance, and I'd rather she keeps doing the A1 for a chance to land that decreased defense, right? Because I don't have no other decreased defense champion in this team, and Rearguard Sergeant can bring that. Now let's have a look at the builds that I have on the people. So Wixwell, he's in Reflex plus Perception. He's running at 287 speed, 68k HP, 3.7k defense, 326 accuracy, and a ton of resist. You don't need resist, right? You don't need resist, you don't need crit damage, you don't need crit rate. The way that what you need on your Wixwell is to have 230 accuracy to land this decreased attack. You need him to be preferably the fastest in the team, right? 260, 270 speed. Give him at least 3,500 defense, if not close to 4,000, and then like 40 to 50,000 HP should be just fine. And then masteries, I run War Master, and then on the support tree, I did bring the shield bearer because I want to have, you know, a little bit of a bigger shield for him to use. And I do use Cycle of Magic. Now, I have 2 pieces of refresh on him. If you don't have any refresh accessories, try to get him in 4 pieces of Reflex and 4 pieces of Merciless, right? You basically want Wixwell to refresh as often as possible and keep coming back to this A2 over and over and over and over again. And obviously, if you do have an awakening for him, Brimstone's gonna be the way. You want that Brimstone to just do more damage on the boss. Next one, Geomancer. Honestly, Geomancer, I just left him in the Reflex that I had. He was like with, look at this, how much accuracy. you just don't really care about this. Again, make sure he's around 230, 240 speed. Give him more defense. Like, I only have 2.4 thousand defense. I want a little bit more. I want to get like over 3,500. That's like the ideal spot. 3,500 or higher for every single person. And again, most of his damage does not come from him doing crit rate. So you don't need crit rate, you don't need crit damage, you don't need attack on him. You just want him to keep landing this one and do as much damage as possible. If you don't have Geomancer, whoever's gonna be your next best DPS, right? So after I finish, I'm gonna try and put Ninja in the spot and see how it works. The next one, Sandler Survivor. She's in a shield set and then Perception. Oh yeah, Geomancer has War Master and then on the support tree. Now, Sandler Survivor, she's in the shield set because again, she doesn't need accuracy. Keep in mind, whoever you have in shield set, make sure you give them at least like, you know, 45,000 to 50,000 HP, because this one counts. The initial shield that you place has to survive a few hits from the boss, so you can keep extending it. If you lose it early on, then you're not going to be able to extend the second shield, so you're not going to survive as much. But she's just another extender. She does have some crit rate, some crit damage, some defense. It's not an ideal build, right? It's just random shield set with War Master and down the support tree. It's, you know, it could have been better. Then Rearguard Sergeant, she's in Stalwart. The reason why she's in Stalwart is because she's obviously soaking up the damage with the ally protection, so you want her at least to take less damage from the AoEs. So I put her in, like I said, Stalwart, and then Perception plus 2 pieces of Revenge. The ideal build for her would be Stalwart plus Retaliation, so she can keep doing that A1 to try and land the decreased defense, and then as many revenge accessories as you can. Now when it comes to this part, you need again only 230 accuracy. I have overkill. You need at least like this, see, at least 230 speed, and then as much defense and HP as you can. Again, try to go around 4,000 defense and like 60,000 plus HP to make her survivable. I'm quite sure it will work even without the Stalwart. She is fully skilled up, and I have War Master down the support tree, Grab Sniper, so she has a higher chance to land and decrease defense on the A1. And then the last one, Hellborn Sprite, just War Master, Toxic. She's pretty slow. I would love to have it faster, or Godseeker, Regen plus Immortal. Again, don't even have War Master. The High Awakening, apart from giving her stats, Miracle Heal helps me with nothing in Clan Boss. And the stats that you see that I have, you don't need these crazy stats. Pretty much what you want on your buff extenders is to have at least 230, 240 speed. Have your buff extenders be faster than your other DPS, because you want to keep extending. You want them to get turns before the DPS and all the other people, so that you keep extending buffs. Because if the DPS is faster, he might outrun the buffs and is gonna fail. That's why I said preferably Vault Keeper Wixwell to be the fastest, so he can keep doing this A2 over and over again. Now, when it comes to replacements, Hellborn Sprite and Godseeker and Eerie, you know, or Sandler Survivor, whoever your best buff extenders. Obviously, if you have Lady Mikage, it's gonna be even better because she brings more buffs, she brings more damage with the ally attack, so Lady Mikage would be just better. The DPS again doesn't have to be Geomancer. If you use somebody like a Hellborn Sprite and give her some accuracy, you could even swap Geomancer to, let's see how it does with Ninja, right? But yeah, let's see how it works with Ninja instead of Geomancer, because maybe Ninja is, more people have Ninja. However, do keep in mind that having Geomancer brings a little bit more damage mitigation, right? So you see that I didn't quite hit the 1 key, but again, do keep in mind, my Ninja doesn't have War Master, so I'm missing out on a ton of damage. But overall, you see what I mean. The team is not dead. You just need to build the right thing, right? You just need to get the right components alongside Wixwell, which doesn't have to be Krisk and Brogni, like some of you said in my comments. It doesn't have to be only them. Plus, at the end of the day, you need to hit that 1 key, right? You need to hit that 1 key. I showed you that I could do it with 4 epics. It's done. Wixwell is still good. Wixwell can still do the stuff. He's not going to obscene numbers, which at the same time, is that really okay that one person does obscene numbers? Which, you know, the way that he was a little bit too busted. If you remember my first video, Wixwell plus 4 rares could 1-kill True Nightmare with mediocre gear. That isn't, you know, for the long run of the game and for the balance of the game, I'm not sure if that was good or right. But anyway, I just want to show you again that Wixwell is still good. Wixwell is still OP. He can still do easy 1-kill Ultra Nightmare. He's still amazing for the Demon Lord, and you can't convince me otherwise. But anyway, this is gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.